Incremental readings. So in this video, I'm going to focus on one of the many advantages of incremental reading, and now it's time for the lifetime memories through incremental reading. So we know that incremental reading, or learning if we include any domain, video, audio, and so on, relies on a spaced repetition, because spaced repetition is part of incremental learning. So we know that memories are continually refreshed and prevents forgetting. That's the sauce. So we will have the minimum amount of repetitions to guarantee we have this in the long-term memory. This is how human memory works. Nice. Then the benefits of the spaced repetition is that we maintain this on extended periods of time. Doesn't fade away. We choose what to remember, and because of a spaced repetition, that will calculate the optimum interval when you're about to forget this, so make the repetition just before that. Even though we're humans, so a small percentage we will fail anyways, regardless of that, and we'll have what's called a lapse, and we'll have to introduce this once again in the queue. But eventually, this will be succeeded. So the knowledge stays with us, doesn't fade away between sessions. And intervals can be from a few days to years up to 3 decades. In the sense that if I now have this interval, it's likely I will never do it again or just once in my lifetime. So it's like forever. Forever until I die. Then what's the role of Supermemo? Supermemo, the only thing that it does is that it implements incremental reading. The only thing. So this already justifies getting Supermemo by a key, a license key, a link in the description by the way. Not only that, is that justifies using an old and problematic software that suffers from old age and it's user unfriendly. Because it's the only one that implements incremental reading. And the other thing that does Supermemo is implementing incremental reading. That's it. Yeah, you still have some other features outside of incremental reading that are like the plan and this kind of thing, but yeah. Supermemo ensures stable memory traces remain intact through spaced repetition. And as time passes, reviews are optimized to keep knowledge fresh, because intervals keep growing and growing, are not fixed. Then, the intervals always are extended, always increase. So while the reading can be strategic because the reading is scheduled, but not according to spaced repetition, because it's passive material, the reading can be scheduled in different months and years as well. So not because it doesn't use spaced repetition, doesn't mean can go beyond to the years. I have been using Supermemo for years, and yes, I still do some repetitions for years after the first one. Or I did multiple ones, which the very first one was 4 years ago. Doesn't mean it's the second repetition I do. So this approach cements knowledge into long-term memory. Keep in mind, we interleave the reading with creating the flashcards and reviewing those flashcards. And could be as profound as every single element is one of those if you want. It can be very fine-tuned, slightly, fuzzy, or whatever dimension you want. If you want to focus on the reading and then the reviewing, this can also be done. Not the default experience, but can be done. Then, you continuous knowledge retention is that, hey, I'm not just keeping what I already had before in the past, I keep it in my long-term memory, that I keep adding new stuff. So I already have flashcards. The flashcards are just a container for active recall. So I do the mental pathway in my brain, and I'm introducing this every time that I use Supermemo, or almost every day to simplify. So it's not just that I keep this. This keeps growing. And then, since I don't forget what I have decided to remember, I don't need to relearn. That's why when you apply done in Supermemo, you don't need to text the source. Because it will only the case that some years later you decide to remember something you didn't before. Oh, I think I didn't care about that. Now I do care for whatever reason. But if that's the scenario, there will be no need to reread an article because you already have chosen what to remember. So the time you save by not rereading, it's the main time saver. Then memory traces are reinforced just as they begin to fade. Exactly. Because spaced repetition will, based on many metrics and history of your performance, will estimate when you're about to forget that. So because of this timely repetition, the memory will have a better outcome. It's even better that if you do it, let's say, preemptively every 3 days. Hey, did you remember that? No. It's kind of intuitive, but if you do it just about to forget when the recall is more vague, it's weaker, then the strengthen is a lot better. It's like on steroids. So if you do it like this, you minimize the amount of repetitions you need to do, and you maximize the memory trace of that fact. So when they begin to fade, they decaying too much, boom, you do the repetition. So therefore guarantees a lifetime of accessible knowledge. That's the key. It's not just that I have a container that you could have at your home, or you have a garage with all of the stuff that stays there for years without being used. You don't even know the exact location. Yeah, it's in this room, but I don't know exactly where it is. This tool or this object, whatever. You don't apply it. That's the key. Is knowledge that you keep it for life, but you can apply it. You can access that knowledge any second of your life. That's a big deal. It's a huge deal. Then, what's the key insight overall of the lifetime memories? Incremental reading builds stable memories, enduring memory structures, ensuring you never lose the understanding and knowledge you have worked hard to acquire. That's why one of the ways to express it, that I always repeat, is that every time you do it, you commit something to memory, not to memory. It's a victory. The victory could be very small. Oh yeah, I remembered the year that this event happened. Or something that is very atomic, right? Yes, it's very small victory, but that victory is permanent. I don't have to reread. I don't have to walk back at any point. So everything I do is forward. So at the end of the day, long-term incremental reading is the best method and the quickest. Not at the beginning, but in the long term, you will have achieved the best results, the better memories that are stronger, easier to recall. So the quality is the best. Then the quantity is also the maximum amount of memories you have acquired, things you can recall, knowledge you can access. And then the lifespan of that memory will be the longest. So it's a threefold victory. You win in every single dimension. The only con, is that incremental reading takes a while to use it properly. And takes a very long while to master it. But once you do it, it's just a matter of time, of everything. is waiting for the victory. You have to wait until that day becomes today, and that's it. You just focus on the reading, focus on the iterations. Matter of time. Then, lifetime memory retention is at the core of incremental reading. And by the way, that's the high perspective. I'm not talking about Supermemo as much as I can, because the tool allows you to fine-tune which retention you want in percentage. So there are a lot of things you can do, but that's just the high level. So the point is that you will use incremental reading to get, understand, keep information, transform it into knowledge, keep that knowledge being able, so you keep it in your memory, and you are able to retrieve that knowledge and apply that knowledge, because incremental reading doesn't stop here. That, okay, I'm able to recall many facts, okay, job is done. No, it's now that you are able to do this, that was all of the prerequisites. Now you have the capacity to apply it to anything. Depends what you have learned. And now you can create, can do something new based on what you acquired. And through Supermemo spacing strategy, every single piece of knowledge that was a golden nugget can be preserved indefinitely. It stays with you. Imagine that is like a tattoo. Yeah, the tattoo can fade away with time, the quality of some color or whatever. Yep. But then you do the next repetition. Next repetition will be repass the tattoo, so stays on top shape. So then the amount of tattoos you have on your body is your lifetime memory retention. And doesn't stay there. So the following analogy is that I just don't want to be everything tattooed on my body. I have this so I can apply it. I have all the knowledge not because I want that knowledge in me. It's because I want to apply that knowledge. And because I have done this and that and no one else has done it before, I can achieve conclusions, reach ideas that no one else has done before. So those are the advantages of lifetime memories through incremental reading. See you incrementally.